What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we got to be talking about all the things that Hansi Flick has already started to do. We can see his immediate impact and what his thoughts are, and who do he wants on his staff and bring aboard to FC Barcelona. So we got to talk about Hansi Flick first. Obviously, the intangibles of his ruthless mentality, his mentality of there's not enough goals in a game. We saw it firsthand when we lost 8-2. We were down 2, 3, 4. The game was over and he kept going for it. This guy doesn't know what a dagger is. He just keeps on throwing it, you know? And it's going to be really fun being the team with Hansi Flick now. And also the mentality, even in the final, I remember when they didn't really look that good, but they still came up clutch. And you could see this you could see this old school German mentality. The German national team, they don't really have that mentality right now, but he was there as the assistant when they won in 2014, and we could clearly see now that he's here. We're gonna have that, and now he's trying to build the staff around him, which is really really cool. And let's talk about it. So first we got Taplovich. Taplovich is one of his assistants that has worked with him at FC Bayern. He knows him well, and this guy's going to be under his helm. So hopefully, Taplovich, he has a CV, which is good. He's not like Xavi when we were hiring people and Xavi's staff that was inexperienced or people that were just close to Xavi, like Xavi's brother, for instance. That honestly didn't really sit well with me because like now we have guys like Heiko Westerman, which is also going to be part of Flick's squad, and these guys working with the national team. This guy, he knows Spanish. Flick's being smart, by the way. Flick's getting guys who know Spanish and German so they can communicate with him, maybe help him with translating, maybe in his first year. Flick's already been studying Spanish, I think, since January because, Xavi was in the hot seat. So we can see clearly Flick was clearly planned. He was organized. He already had like his future plan of who he's going to bring, and that's why it's kind of smooth where these guys every 2 3 days a new guy is being added that Flick knows he's worked with before. These guys got a good resume. These guys been at the top, and it's gonna be nice having these guys, man. Not only that, we got to be talking about the physical trainer. This guy, I don't think he was given by Flick or recommended, like a referral that Flick gave, but FC Barcelona has personally picked this guy. This guy's vastly experienced. I think he's worked with Antonio Conte. I'm not sure if it's 100% true, but Conte is very demanding with the physicality and preventing injuries. And it's going to be really nice with this guy. He's known for limiting injuries, and we've been so unlucky, bad, maybe unprepared with preventing injuries. And it's going to be nice because when you prevent injuries, you actually give yourself a chance to win, compared to if you don't really, lock in and focus and having a great physical trainer. Well, look at all the seasons where we had where the injuries have, they kind of handcuffed us in a way, and now we're limited. Imagine going to the big games with 90% of your squad, 95% of your squad fully healthy. That's huge, man. You're gonna go deeper in the UCL. You're gonna do way better in the league in all those cups. There's a lot of games, man. You really need with especially with sports science improving. You need the top guys here, man. And I think we're getting one with Tus. Not only that, but I also want to say, remember, like Chavi's training staff, they didn't look professional. The club, the hierarchy was trying to get rid of these guys, or at least trying to persuade Chavi to get new guys in, or at least expand his staff. And we could clearly see that, and Chavi looks like honestly he was doing it all on his own, and the physical part wasn't really that important. We see some guys get bigger, but that doesn't really mean too much in the grand scheme of things. There's certain exercises that actually help the muscles a lot more and help them get prepared for big matches with high intensity. And moving on, Flick, he wants Ronald Araujo to stay. I think Ronald Araujo has to stay. That Flick high line needs Araujo. It needs fast, strong center backs. The whole back line has to be fast. The whole back line has to be strong. So in my head, Ronald Araujo, it makes sense. He has to stay. I don't care if he wants to leave. You got to lock that contract down. You got to also lock down Balde because those two guys are going to be very important. Kubarsi's got to physically get better, but he's already has a lot of potential there with all the talent he has. I think Kunde will have to stay. I think Julian Araujo deserves a shot. And then there's questions on Cancelo because we got Flick, so I don't know. I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Cancelo, but Araujo's got to stay. All these guys in defense that you know, like Inigo Martinez, we might actually have to sell him because he won't fit in the Flick system. And same with a guy like Marcus Alonso. Obviously, he's already going to leave, but he would not fit in a Flick system. And speaking about Flick system, Lewandowski, he's going to be the guy who's going to be scoring the goals. How are we going to get those goals? Obviously, creating against low blocks, but then also we're going to be pressing when we don't have the ball very hard. And this is where Gavi, Fermin Lopez, all these guys, potentially Nico Williams, all these guys are going to be very, very important in the Flick. The Gegen press, the relentless press, and we're gonna see this firsthand. I can't wait for preseason to start because it's gonna be very interesting. Not only that, we gotta know that winning is a skill, and Flick knows how to win. Xavi did all right. He won two trophies in that season. He brought us back from trash. Let's be honest, downhill trajectory, no future, to a bright future, somewhat bright future. And he's got a real squad. Flick's inherited an actual squad. Xavi didn't inherit this squad. And Flick knows that he's got a lot of talent. That's why he wanted this job over Chelsea. He wanted it over. I think honestly, he wanted it over Bayern. If you see Bayern's more win now, and they have a lot of contract issues. We only really have Ronald Araujo and Frankie with contract issues, and even Ronald Araujo's isn't really a problem because the wage issue for him isn't that bad. So it's really just Frankie De Jong. So it makes sense why um, Hansi Flick, who already has a relationship with Laporta since about 2021, wanted this job. And he's a winner, man. I think he could really change it. I think the technical skills that we have combined with his killer mentality is going to be different. Really think it's going to be different, you know? And that's all I got for today. There's going to be another video coming soon. I already have it prepared, and I can't wait for it. See y'all in the next one. Peace.